Tarazi lay crumpled in a heap on the small cell floor. It had only been a few days since he lost his duel with Elias, but it felt much longer. He winced as a device in his chest sent a shock through his body. But judging by the sounds he heard from some of the other prisoners, well, it seems like it could certainly be worse. At least he still had hope that he'd escape, maybe even soon. Even if his friends didn't know that he'd been captured, he knew they were planning to free Vargas, so he just had to hold on. Besides, he had things to do once he was out. I owe an apology to Kira, he thought. If I hadn't drank those fluids first, she probably wouldn't have drank them either. She wouldn't have aged so much, so soon. He shook his head. And Karis, if she is still alive, I must apologize to her as well. If I hadn't tried to impress the Shade, she might have stayed at her post. But no, I had to go and play the spy. He mustered the strength to sit up, resting his back against the wall. Ambervale, the Shade, Gartone, these captains run the city through fear and violence. I owe each of them a visit, I think. He glanced down at his wrist where his friendship bracelet used to be. Broad may have had a friend among those people, but I am not that man. Not anymore. Never again. A sharp scream echoed from down the corridor. Tarazi shut his eyes, covered his ears, and waited. He waited for rescue, for a chance at redemption, and for revenge. This is Pot Against the Machine.
Pot Against the Machine.
Welcome back to Pot Against the Machine, the only Pathfinder actual play where tigers hide behind mice, just as the gods intended. I'm your host, and here's everyone.
It might be true this time.
So wise.
No.
Hi.
The lions will lay down at the lambs, and the tigers will hide behind mice. Beat our chainsaws into plowshares, and
The meek shall inherit.
there we go. Hello.
Hi.
Last week on the program, I feel like it was a quiet ep. We had the end of a fight against a Myrmidon that really was giving the group a lot of trouble. It knocked out Cassius and grappled Kira. Everybody kind of dimension doored back to give it a little space, start things over. And then Kira ran back in, got grappled some more, punched the arm a whole bunch, and Brixby and Alwyn burned through a lot of spells to try to just, get through this thing's defenses and bring Cassius back up, do some healing, keep everybody conscious. And eventually it was telekinetic, or it was crushed with force damage and splattered on the ground, which allowed our heroes a moment to regroup before they went around in search of their friends. And they found one of their friends in the hall with a gun to his head as Grin Rassic, the Technic League witch, who is like the worst person you know but worse, or the worst person you know but then she killed them for not being bad enough is what it was, had a torch to his head, and she just wanted to talk. She just wanted to be friends. She expressed her sadness that Asher couldn't be there, and she was, just really friendly with everyone. She let Vargas go, and in exchange for letting Tarazi go as well, she just wanted the party to promise to visit her in Chesed. And I believe Cassius promised to make a sizable donation to the Chapel of Rent Flesh, pious Kuthite that he is. And It seemed like she believed him, but then she just dropped a little idea that Kira's mom might be waiting there for her. Let Tarazi out, and then the party was like, well, what about everybody else? And she was like, I don't want to let everybody else out. But eventually, after a really, really good diplomacy check, she agreed to let Mayanda and Desk out, Braun being dead already. But let you guys know that somebody was going to have to carry Mayanda. She's not exactly in traveling shape right now. And, Desk came out. He's got a metal pipe through his neck right now and doesn't seem to be able to speak. And Mayanda hasn't come out, but her cell is open. And that's where we are now.
I can get Mayanda. Or is that what you're doing, Kira? Okay, never mind.
We can both get. Do you want to share? It seems like you've been through a lot. So I was just gonna grab her. Hey, buddy.
Mayanda looks at Kira as she comes into the cell, and Mayanda is in bad shape. As described a couple episodes ago, she is wearing like a kind of a dog cone, separating her head from her body, her partially flayed android body, and she's just like lying on the bed, and she says, "You, what are you doing here?"
Oh man, would that I had time to explain, but we can do that on the walk back. It takes a second. I'm just gonna scoop you up here, okay? Don't freak out.
She looks like she's a little bit freaking out, but she doesn't say that she's freaking out.
Okay, sorry. Come on, you. Let's go.
And Grin's just standing there watching with her little buddy Skull Piercer, the floaty ball eye.
Yeah, can we make a roll on Skull Piercer, the floaty ball eye?
That would be a knowledge planes.
Is a 25.
25 is enough.
23.
Yeah, those are both enough to identify an augur Velstrak. They're gory sentinels with a lust for flesh and the myriad of bodily fluids contained within. They number among the most common as well as the most despicable Velstraks in the plane of shadow. Having given up their humanoid bodies in favor of a more stealthy and wretched guise of a singular large eye armored in bloodied metal plates, they act as spies and sycophants for more powerful members of, Velstrakdom. They also, on occasion, function as familiars for, spellcasters with the improved familiar feat.
We should get out of here. We killed a lot of people to make the way safe, and we can't guarantee we're not going to run into anyone else. We do make a really nice E.
Oh, also. And Alwyn will reach out directly north of him and touch Vargas and cast Heal, his last one of the day. And Sam will let me know if that does his con as well, because he very vaguely said he can be considered to have one con, not that it was con damage. So I don't know.
What does heal do with ability drain?
It doesn't do anything to drain, but it does heal all ability damage. So his int damage and his wisdom damage will be gone. But the drain for his strength and dex are that. And you said his charisma and con were both 1, but you didn't say if it was drain or damage or any other weird thing for the charisma and the con.
Effectively, they're drain, so...
Okay, yeah, so those wouldn't be fixed. But he would be healed up to whatever his max is with this awful low con, which is probably like 5 HP.
It's probably not great.
46. Awesome. Ugh.
It's like a level 4 character.
Yeah, Alwyn does that, and Vargas stands up a little straighter and starts to nod at him, and then kind of looks at him and does a double take. But then he'll look over at Brixby and say, "Yes, I I agree. We should probably leave for now.
Indeed. There's much I wish to talk to you about, but I'm sure you have plenty of questions for the mysterious person who just revived you. So I'm sure you can talk on the way back.
Hello, I'm Alwyn.
Kira, as Vargas sort of a little bit recovers, will finally turn her gaze away from Grin to Vargas and say, Vargas, you sang a song. Well, not you, but the song was sung by your face. We'll tell you about it later.
and
He just looks very confused.
I mean, you also, like, Kira's aged so much more than the rest of us,
Oh,
too.
right.
So
Yeah.
you're like,
Also, I'm old now.
Also, yeah. Yeah. He'll say, why haven't you taken your disguise off yet?
Oh, right, that. Yeah, we have a lot to cover.
Grin's just like standing there watching as you have this reunion.
let's just say without a strong, grumpy paternal figure, this party is, well, we're on the fluids, Dad. Anyway, no, it's jokes aside, we are, Brixby is probably actually, like, passively crying a little bit. Just trying to hold it together because he wants to look tough. I mean, but I kind of can't wait to get out of technically town so we can like fully break down and let go. Because I can only imagine how like drained and exhausted and awful they all feel right now.
Yeah, let's
We're also
go.
in this really sick E shape inside of
That's true.
inside of Foundry. That's what we were referencing earlier. It's hard to break it.
You have such a big crew right now.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
We can,
all 8 of us.
if we could just pivot, like,
Yeah, we actually have 8 people, so everyone can take, like, Izzy can take Desk, and Zach can take Meonda, and we can all play 2 characters.
Ow, why am I wearing a cone? This sucks. That's what I assume she's probably
Incredible.
feeling. Thank you.
It's like I'm there. Yeah, as you all leave, like Grin is like waving to you, and she's like, "Goodbye, goodbye. Don't be strangers. I'll see you all soon."
Alwyn starts to wave back, and Vargas slaps his hand down.
yeah, 2 characters.
It's the buddy cop show I need. Jerome.
So I know she claimed she misplaced our gear. Did she also misplace Vargas's arm? Or can we get that back before we go?
Vargas's arm is conspicuously absent. She did not volunteer any such arm.
You don't know where the arm is, do you? It's not like holding something up in the back.
It's in my cell. I don't know if she'll let us take it. We may have to come back and get it after we deal with this place in Chesed.
Friend Grin, one last request. Could Vargas have his arm back?
Oh, certainly not. I've taken a liking to it. I'm afraid it's a symbol of our long-standing friendship.
That's
Can we have one of yours?
Perhaps later.
All right, something to look forward to in Chesed then. Come on, we'll get you a new arm. It'll be a better arm.
as Brixby breaks the E, Kira will like shift Meonda in her arms, and also break the E. Here we go, breaking the E.
I will now refer to leaving an environment as breaking the
It's
E
breaking
and
the
refuse to explain to anybody who asks me why I refer to it
Breaking
as
and
such.
eating.
Breaking and eating.
All right, well, where would you like to go rather than slowly dragging 8 tokens?
All 8 of you just clicking around.
Obviously, back to that really dangerous hole in the meat garden.
Okay.
That is the first stop on the way out.
Followed by the acid room with the monsters that make you stupid.
I believe the idea is to get up because we can teleport out of the palace at the very least. We may even be able to teleport before then, but we know that we can't teleport from down here.
Yeah, we can probably teleport from What's-Her-Face's cave, I imagine, because that was under the palace, right?
Yeah, the first Cool's cave.
Yeah, the first Sovereign's cave.
Yeah, that'd be a good place. That would probably be the first place we'd try it.
I would say that'd be the first place we could try it.
Yeah.
How many people can Brix do with a teleport? Because Alwyn can also teleport. Because there's 8 of us.
I can bring 5 additional people.
Okay, so 6 altogether, and then there's 2 left over. So Alwyn and Vargas can go together.
Fantastic buddy cop side quest when you accidentally roll like a 001 or something on the...
Yeah, Kira turns to Mayanda in her arms, like, hey, hold your breath for a second, and then before Mayanda can respond, we'll just shove her in the bag.
wait, we have to teleport first. Oh no, okay, well...
Do Pathfinder androids breathe? Because I know Starfinder androids don't breathe.
I don't know.
She's going to come out of this extraplanar space fully decked out in all of our gear, and then we're going to have to fight her.
I believe she's been in the bag before.
It's not her first
She
time.
has. That's right. Yes.
Wait, not
We have
again?
put her in the bag before. When we took her to the jail originally, that's right, we did put her in the bag.
I love this idea of her coming back from like a harrowing death, and it's like, oh no, not you. Oh no, not the bag.
Feels like only a couple months ago I was in this bag.
Yeah, I guess from her point of view, we're like the worst people to have shown up to rescue her.
But yeah, all right. Let's. I guess do we have like, because I can greater teleport us somewhere, so virtually anywhere. I'm gonna say let's just get fully the heck out of town. Do people have a? I'm inclined to say torch. We can go literally anywhere.
Let's go to Disney.
What did you say is?
Oh, I said let's go to Disney. It wasn't important.
Oh yes. Okay, we're going to Disney.
Okay.
Yeah.
They've built one in Torch since we've left.
They've been
It is
busy.
5 times the size of Torch proper.
All right. So, yeah, once you get out of the basement of the technically compound and over into the cave below the Palace of Fallen Stars, you're able to teleport out of Starfall entirely.
Brixby, in the split second that they're teleporting, is like, huh, probably should have told, what's her name, Zernabeth, that we were successful. But she can marinate a few days. I'm sure she's fine wherever she is.
It might have been a good idea to tell that other lady, too.
Oh, cooling kit.
Yeah.
Yeah, she wanted to talk to you, Vargas.
Ooh, and Cat.
Well, maybe you can take a nap and then talk.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. That's one of Kevoth's partners, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Vargas probably would know her name, but I think she probably would have been quite young, like when he was around.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a couple days before you're able to walk back into that palace, have the conversations that you need to have, my friend. I think for now, just getting you in a bed at the foundry would be wise.
I know exactly which bed it should be.
Alan's going to be burning through a lot of greater rest on these characters, I feel like, for the next couple days. Going through a lot of diamond dust.
So you're just breaking into Connor's house and throwing
Of course.
throwing the former prisoners in a bed.
Yeah.
Kira kicks open the door.
Yeah, just all 3 of them, like Charlie's grandparents style, into his bed.
Well, it's probably during the workday, so like Connor's not even there. He's over at the foundry.
Ideal. A little surprise. That's what every host loves.
Surprise, there's semi-dead people in your house. Whole bunch of them.
Oh, Kira pops Mayonda out of the bag.
And hopefully also Desk, who is holding his breath in there.
Please don't do that anymore.
Sorry.
Oh, Tarazi. And Brixby pulls out Rusty.
Rusty.
He's only one day away from being able to speak languages.
I brought your dog back.
Oh, it's so good to see you.
How did you get caught?
Yeah, what happened?
Well, it was an interesting story, really. You could make a whole mini episode out of it. But the short version is I dueled a Technic League captain. We remember Elias, the eye patch man. I lost and wound up when I woke up in that cell in that awful place.
Sorry it took us so long to come find you.
It's all right. I'm sorry that it became necessary to find me in the first place. I had hoped by working for the Shade might gain some information that could be useful or some, something to show for it, but not enough.
Well, at least you're safe.
Not to be morbid, but you did. I mean, I tried to divin your location via spells, and you led us to where we were going. You helped us. Very happy to have you back, and he just hugs your thigh.
Glad to be back.
I feel like, he really wants to talk to Vargas too, but I have to imagine
And
that
Vargas
Vargas
is in
is just
bed.
going to collapse into a bed. And
Yeah, Tarazi was there for 3 days. Vargas was there for a month.
Yes.
Yeah, Vargas is in bad shape.
Yeah. Also, what about Desk? Has he spoken or anything, or is he fully Frankenstein?
He seems to be conscious, but it looks like he physically can't speak because of the sort of implantation
the pipe in his neck.
Yeah, it has ruined his capacity to speak.
Can we figure out what they were doing to him, or is there anything we can even do to help, possibly?
Yeah, his stuff and Vargas's stuff, could we pull that out of them and cast a heal spell, or is this something that we'd have to take them to our robot surgeon buddy to get fixed?
You could make a heal check, or probably engineering would do it.
Oh yeah, that's a 46 with a nat 20.
So I think you're reasonably confident that if you remove the implants, I don't think Tarazi's mentioned it yet, but he's got an implant in his chest as well. But if you cut those away and then did some healing / restoration, they'd probably be all right.
All right, it looks like we could take these out slowly, as long as we're using your magics at the same time.
Do any of them look like they do anything cool? Is there anything that looks like we should leave it in?
I don't think anything looks particularly beneficial, no.
Oh, this just shocks me.
Yeah.
It's pretty awful.
But is it cool shocking? Whoa, I'm surprised. No?
No, more like the oh, it's awful kind of shock.
Oh. Okay. Well, yeah, let's pop that out of there.
Let's maybe wait till tomorrow when I have more healing spells.
Yeah. Otherwise, we're gonna have to hit him with the space drugs, and
While we're removing devices from people, if you could spare some of those efforts for me, I assure you I am no danger to you.
I know. I feel like you might hate the Technical League just as much as we do at this point. If not more.
That is certainly possible, though I'm afraid at present I am powerless to do much about it. As you no doubt know, I have lost my connection with my god.
I didn't want to rescue you because I thought that you'd be useful. I wanted to rescue you because I think the world needs more people to stand up against the Technical League. You don't have to fight them. You just don't have to fight for them. You don't have to hurt other people now.
She sort of, like, looks down, though I guess it's weird because she's, like, lying down, so she's sort of just, like, looking towards her feet, but that's horizontally. She says, I never wanted to hurt people. It was always about trying to protect this world from that thing under the mountain, that thing that most of the Technical League seems to worship.
Did you worship the god in Scrapwall?
I did.
If it like wasn't such a terrible decision, I'd just be like, look, we have somebody that you could talk to right now that could really like relate to where you're at. They're not like physically here, but have you heard of a Tamagotchi?
I hear you're looking for a new robot god. Well, if you take this phone and just doom scroll through this for a while,
You will find
and
religion.
start worshiping it.
I understand. TikTok is my new god.
God.
We could probably get her to worship Cassandra, but like you said, it's probably not a good idea to let her know Cassandra exists.
No, but
at least at the moment.
yeah, I'd like to talk to Cassandra Lee about her. I think it would be like Cassandra Lee might have some nice insight on how we might be able to help Meanda. I mean, this may be maybe just bringing her to Binox and getting her put back together is really all we can do. But yeah, I mean, I don't expect anything out of her. I didn't expect anything out of saving her even. It's just a terrible place to die. Well, we should probably go tell Connor that we're here. And that there's multiple people in his bed.
Currently, there's only one person's bed because Sam has control of the other tokens.
Throwing them in beds. There's only 2 beds.
Get those guys in
No,
bed.
we said we're putting them all in.
Oh, yeah, everybody's in Connor's bed in a big pile.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the rest of us go see Connor.
Yeah, I don't have a token for Connor in Foundry. That seems bizarre, but yeah, if you go in the Foundry, there's a familiar faces in there. Connor behind the bar on his little robot legs, and Val rushing between the back and tables and stuff. And they sort of smile and wave as you guys come in. Say, oh, back again.
Hello, Connor.
Hello, how's everybody doing today?
Let's see, how messed up am I? Oh, I'm at full
Not
health.
great, but not terrible.
We've had a good... We brought Vargas home.
Really? After so long, that's good to hear.
Good, because that wasn't a turn of phrase. It was a literal, like we brought him to your home. And we put him inside of your bed. But
I suppose I should have expected my bed to be the first place you would go. Oddly, well, he's welcome to it for the time being. Anyways, I'll figure something else out.
Isn't this a literal inn? Why would they do this?
Your guess is as good as mine, new friend. Connor Bain. To whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
It's a pleasure to meet your acquaintance. I'm Cassius Fabian Alistair Raxton Hoyt.
that is a mouthful. Pleasure to meet you, Cassius.
We also brought Meander back.
The one who led the attack on this town.
Yeah, we have her as well.
She's your prisoner?
She was the Technical League's prisoner. She's in our custody now, yeah.
All right. If the League sees her here, I assume that they will attempt to take her back immediately, but it's not as if they're going from house to house these days.
We don't intend to stay too long. We don't want to bring any more heat than we already do to you all, but seems like the safest place to go between now and back to Starfall and Chesed.
What are you looking for in Chesed?
He looks over at Kira.
A good friend who I know and have met before. We're best friends. I'm so familiar with this person because of how they're my friend. Yeah.
All right. Sounds like a good friend to visit.
Sounds convincing.
A best friend, in fact. Any
After
relation
part of it,
to Sage's boyfriend.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, it's Sage's boyfriend.
He lives in Hajathakados now.
Well, say hello to this mysterious friend for me, then. I suppose any friend of yours is a
Okay.
friend of mine.
Will do.
Man, we're really just icing Connor out. We're like taking his bed, getting vague with him.
Getting vague.
Well, is there anything I can do for you while you're here?
I think we actually all just need a little rest. Looks around at everybody. It's been a hard last day. Well, weeks. It's been a while. Kind of looks off.
I mean, eventually we'll end not on you, but rest and lots of healing. I am quite injured.
Yes. Well, you're welcome to stay in the inn. And I suppose you've already found the beds in my home, so make yourselves at home. We can prepare some meals for you and give you your space, whatever you need.
I think I'm going to need a lot of diamond dust. We have some, but all three of the people we brought have a lot of injuries that are probably going to take a couple of days to fix and a lot of supplies.
We may have to do that shopping elsewhere.
Yeah, we're not a very diamond-rich town, I'm afraid.
Old Blood Diamond's Bane is what they call it.
We don't talk about those days. It was a dark time.
Yeah, I think it's probably time to make use of the inn, but if anybody wants to come, I'm gonna stop by Ash's place first before I go to bed.
I'll go with you.
Guess we just mosey on out there. Guess we just wants to look for a long time. And then tell him. Like, Asher, we brought Vargas back. We didn't let him go. We didn't let him die. He's very old still. Older than you can imagine, but still alive. Sorry we couldn't do the same for you.
We found that lady who says she knows where my mom is. We're gonna go to Chesed and visit a stupid chapel, but also maybe see my mom and do some other stuff. So that'll be cool. And I'll be sure to tell her about you, Asher. I think it'll be a good story. And then Asher rises from the grave. And Jeff plays 3 characters.
Jeff has to play 3 characters.
Not gonna lie, for a second there, like my brain was instinctually like, now I will answer as Asher. It's like, no, wait, that is not the thing that happens now. I feel like now is a good time to check in with the cast here as we have a quiet evening after the excursion into the basement of the Technic League. I don't know what order you all want to go into, but if we could just get a glimpse into the minds of all 6 of our PCs here.
Keep it short and sweet. I mean, Brixby's tired, of course, and like that sort of like deep tired that you get. Like, I just can't imagine what the feeling of like expelling like most of your magical resources, like losing most of your hit points, getting them back. Just like the physical act of getting into multiple fights where you could die, which is like kind of a normal day for all of these characters. But this was a particularly hard one, I would say, at the old adventuring factory. And it's interesting because you feel so uncomplicated about Tarazi coming back. Seeing him, I mean, well, maybe not fully uncomplicated. There's a twinge of guilt. There's like a pretty, okay, maybe even more than a twinge. There's some guilt there about what did we agree to do? What did we get you into? Like, from a tactical point of view, was that even like the smartest thing to suggest? Vargas, it's like a little bit more complicated. He still doesn't understand. And he's had to lie on his behalf. It's hurt his relationship with, now at this point, one of his longest and oldest friends, Kira. And I don't just mean oldest because you've aged. And it's difficult because Vargas is also a friend that he's had and a friend that he started on this path with. But he was also lying when he started on this path, and he's not lying now. And he's sad that he had to lie on Vargas's behalf and that Vargas couldn't just speak the truth when he had to leave. So in some ways he understands, and in some ways he doesn't understand at all anymore now that he's not lying. He's hoping that sleeping will help him figure it out a bit more. He's still, can't wait to honestly hear what Vargas has to say about where he's been. But he wonders if he will fully ever trust his friend again. And I think that is where Brixby is at.
Before I forget, I said we'd do this at the top of the episode and then forgot about it for 45 minutes or so, but you did get a Sky Medal last episode for stealing that torch from Grin. And in the interest of that Sky Medal, enjoy this limited edition Sky Medal's Goo Tube, Dejizet Dazzling Blueberry, part of the 8-count variety pack available in partnership with Charlie the Lizard Folk's Extra Secret Emporium from enemy of the pod, J-Rod.
Well, you may be the enemy of the pod, but you are a friend of my truest heart, J-Rod. Thank you so much. Deeply appreciate all the flavors in this 8-pack. We just get more nightmarish as we progress.
I guess I can go. So Alwyn, I think, similar to the start of Brix's, is exhausted. He has used up, in fact, while Brix used up a lot of lower level spells, Alwyn used up the vast majority of his high level spells. He has like almost nothing left level 4 and above. and he's just exhausted, but I think he's also happy because they were able to get Tarazi back, and they were able to get these two other friends that he doesn't know, but that he can tell they're happy to have rescued back, and he's glad about that. And I think he's just tired. Like, he didn't really even go to the grave, which he kind of otherwise probably would have done because he really admired Asher. But I think he's just exhausted. And Vargas, I imagine, just went straight into, as soon as he got into Connor's bed, just immediately passed out and is not really doing anything the rest of the day, just because he is fully conked out. Because he has had a long, like 5 weeks or however long he's been down there getting tortured. And he really needs to sleep that off. But I think if he was awake, he would be both. I think he'd be glad that he's out. He would be really saddened of that Braun didn't make it and that they weren't able to get the body, but he knew that wasn't even something to attempt to negotiate with the way things were with Grin. And I think he's also probably would be worried about conversations he knows have to happen with Bricks and with Kira over him skipping out on the party. So I think if he wasn't completely exhausted, that would be what would be on his mind.
I could say that Tarazi, for sure, if this was a fantasy land that had a shower, would just want to take a hot shower for like 45 minutes. But since that sort of technology is beyond us, he would just be in the bath, scrubbing his scales. He just feels dirty. He feels like this did not go great. And even though he wasn't, killing people for the shade, he didn't like shaking down people. He didn't like threatening people. He thought it was going to be fun to be broad. And he thought that he might be able to, do this dangerous mission and have something good to show for it. And instead, he just was kind of a mafioso and then almost died and then wound up in jail and got tortured for a few days. He's not feeling great about life at the moment, although he is, of course, glad and grateful to be out of there. But I don't know, he needs sleep, but I think he's probably plagued by bad dreams, at least for the first couple nights. Any sound that he hears is going to make him think that, Murderbot or Grin is back to torture him. It's going to take a little while to, even though it was only a few days, it was a rough few days. And on a much lighter note, Cassius he's tired. He doesn't have a ton of spells. He actually did use all 46 rounds of his bardic performance and comparable abilities. If it wasn't for the linger, he wouldn't have had a round left for the last of the battle. But the linger actually helped when you go unconscious. He is... How do you quantify not being able to encourage someone anymore? But he is performed out and did also almost die. So he's glad to be back, from under a basement of horrors, and is probably just gonna sit at the bar and have an ale, maybe even a male, make it popular in Torch, and just kind of keep off his feet for a bit and figure out what he's going to do next, because he doesn't know what the future is with this party. Like, they never told him about Unity or anything. So as far as he knows, like, the Technic League is bad, and we rescued your friends, and maybe they're gonna part ways. Like, he doesn't know if he's needed anymore now that Tarazi's back. So he's trying not to think too much about that, but he also doesn't know kind of what's next.
And I think Kira is also just exhausted, like physically destroyed. She also is about 2 rage rounds from having been fatigued for the rest of the time, which would have been a bummer because we did that once and it was super boring. Also just emotionally wrung out, and like many used to be teenage girls at this point would go home and just like fall apart in her mom's arms and be like, my friends are dying, some of them are back, but I don't know how to feel about it, and this lady keeps teasing me about my mom, and I don't know what to say when I see her, and I don't know what to do or if we can rescue her, and is actually like starts making her way toward home, and then stops at the threshold of the doorway and remember that she is aged 13 years and is suddenly like, oh no. And doesn't go home. She just stands there, torn between wanting the comfort of her adoptive mother and freaking her adoptive mother out by being older than she was when they last left. I'm hoping this is the first time actually, I don't remember now. Have we been home since she aged?
I don't think so.
I also don't think so. So, she like packs up all her stuff to head home to talk to her mom, remembers what she is, and then just finds a room by herself and falls asleep, sadly.
I don't feel like we did, because I feel like you would have had to tell your parents that you were taking drugs.
It absolutely would have been a very special episode.
Yeah, because Bruff McGruff would have just exploded through the wall. And, yeah.
They've actually got him on retainer. When you have 3 teenagers, you gotta.
Yeah, you gotta.
You gotta.
And you just leave the
Start
hole in the
vaping
wall
early.
too. You don't even paper that over anymore. You just.
Yeah, you put a little sign up that says "burst through here," so he knows, and he makes an effort. All right. I mean, I think that we are good to wipe to the next day, to the 10th of Neth.
Well, folks, it's a very exciting day here at Pot Against the Machine headquarters.
It's Goo Day.
Today is the day that I use a sky metal to try to get this dog to talk. All right. Hold up. Let's see. Okay. So we are at the point now where I need to roll a 20. I don't need to roll a 20. The roll needs to equal 20. I have a +9 before the sky metal. After the sky metal, I have a +13. So I have to roll a 7 or higher. All right. Here goes. Oh, no. I rolled a nat 1, everyone. I rolled a 1. There you go, live. Yep, and we slide all the way back down the Tower of Babel.
Oh, poor dog.
To the ground. It's so
I
sad.
hate that it doesn't just like go back by one
Like a
step.
day,
That would
yeah.
be so much better.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I mean, if we, if we wind up getting like a little downtime, I don't know if we're going to wind up getting downtime at all, but it's like if we get a little downtime at any point, maybe we can like just do a series of rolls. But even that is, it's like a whole
We need
week.
to get what's the one that lets you? Is it Bit of Luck the one that lets you like roll
Oh,
twice
yeah.
and take the better?
Yeah, go get my little butt pat from a Desmond.
Find a cleric of
And-
Desna somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah.
The next time we will stack all the odds. Man.
Could speaking of clerics, could either Kite or person, his love interest, whose name I can't think of right now, could they help at all with expediting the healing?
Oh, they can manage all sorts of healing.
I mean, let me count my slots that I have for things, because I might actually be able to do that in one day if Sam is willing to hand wave because we have enough money for the diamond dust, and we could say like Brixby teleports me to Chesed for 5 minutes to buy some and back.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Yeah, I don't have any other use for my spells.
Because
So.
I can cast 7 heals in one day, and that would. So 2 heals would get rid of all of the damage to Desk and Meanda. And then I can cast 8 restorations, which. So Vargas needs 4. And I don't know what Tarazi, Meanda, and Desk need.
I think a lesser rest would be all I need. I'm only have 2 points of con damage.
Okay, so Tarazi doesn't have any drain.
No.
Then he wouldn't even need a lesser rest because heal gets rid of damage.
Oh, yeah, that works. And Dunvaya, for the listeners who's so mad at me that I couldn't think of her name, Dunvaya Lanley, you get the last name too for fun.
Oh yeah, she's probably hanging out with Kite, right?
Yeah, she and Kite are still peas in a pod.
Mm-hmm.
And if Mayanda had a god, she could do some of this healing too. But you guys had to go and finish book 2.
Yeah, so Vargas alone would take half of my restorations, but Tarazi doesn't need any, so it just depends. How many restorations do Meanda and Desk need, if they need any? Do either of them have drain?
Yeah, Mayanda needs 3.
Okay. It would give me 1 left, so technically this is all still only a single day's worth of healing.
And Desk, if you can remove the electrodes and the pipe in his throat, I think you can bring him up with lessers. Just like a bunch of lessers.
Well, if his is all damaged, then just a single heal will get rid of all of it.
As long as he...
Yeah, so actually I can do everything in one day then. It'll just use up like all of my level 4 and 5 spells.
You didn't need those for any particular reason.
Or no, excuse me, 4 and 6.
And I needed to use greater teleports. Or I could probably just use normal teleports because we could just go to Yadnve. I could roll on it, have some fun. The only reason why I was thinking about possibly preserving greater teleports, wow, nice. Preserving greater teleports is that we could pop back in and tell Cooling Kit that we succeeded / possibly share our desire to talk to the Sovereign or something. I mean, she already sort of knows that we were planning on doing that, but maybe we could be like, so we got our friends. We have Vargas. He's very old still. I mean, we could even bring him. Yeah. But I mean, just like bring him from the bed, teleport him onto the floor.
Yeah. Before casting any of the spells on him.
Well, she did give you use of those guest quarters that Kira had found and decided that they didn't seem lived in enough for her to bother with. I'm just saying, so you technically have a bedroom in the Palace of Fallen Stars.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I don't know if we wanted to do that today, if we wanted to wait a day. Part of me feels like it'd be prudent to talk to her sooner. The only other thing I wanted to do was...
so she doesn't think we're dead.
Yeah. I wanted to talk to Cassandra Lee and let her know. I wanted to talk to her about Mayanda and see what she wants us to do with her. Because I feel like she has the best idea of what that person's existence is like. I have no idea what it's like to be a half-constructed humanoid with a dead god. So, I mean...
I think Kira's going to be pretty anti-visiting her parents until...
That was the only other thing that was on my agenda. I didn't know if you wanted to try to visit your parents today. So, maybe let's take a... Does anybody want to come talk to Cassandra Lee with me?
Tarazi will, sure.
Cool. So maybe Brix and Tarazi go and do a unused room at the foundry or something and bring out Cassandra Lee. Hey there.
Hello again.
So, we were successful in recovering our friends from the Technic League's jail. While we were there, we recovered, what used to be an old enemy. They're an android, and they worship Hellion, another god from the stars that we defeated, of course. Since their patron's death and since their defeat by us, it seems like they've been in a very bad way. I don't know why I feel obligated, but I just couldn't leave her there. But I also just don't understand what she's going through or what she might need. Do we just let her go? Have her figure it out herself, or...
Well, I don't think I know. I did not have a god die on me. I lost my faith when I realized what unity was, but I suppose, in a way, it's similar, and it was crushing, and if I wasn't so busy running for my life, I don't know what I would have done. Probably just collapsed in despair. I'd imagine this old enemy of yours might be in the same position, but perhaps if you, I don't know, try to find something for her to do to, I don't want to say distract herself, but sort of just take the edge off of the confusion and the sort of emptiness of having lost something central to your life. Perhaps that would help. And I don't really know what would help other than time.
That's incredibly helpful. Honestly, maybe she could spend some time with a couple of our friends. I don't know what you think about the Whispers in Bronze. Or if you were ever exposed to the teachings of Bry.
She kind of lights up at the idea, and she says, in a life a long, long time ago, I was an acolyte of the Whisper in Bronze, before I ever found unity and went under the mountain.
There's some good people that we could maybe introduce her to then. And I don't expect her to substitute one god for another. This is the first time I've found, I guess, what you call faith, and I don't know what I'd do to replace it if I lost it. But I think, honestly, that is immensely helpful.
I think Drowsy mostly just wanted to accompany Bricks because of the technology kinship and just kind of... I don't think he really knows what to say either. He didn't know Meonda before.
Well, we're probably going to go to the Mount soon, but we have to go to Chesed first. We have to go back to Starfall before that and make things right. But we haven't lost sight of our ultimate goal. I just feel weird, like clicking the side button and turning the phone off. Like, is there? I mean, do you have everything that you need?
At this time, there's not a whole lot to me. If you can find a robot, I could steal its body and walk around for a while at least. But I mean, as it is, I just kind of here.
we gotta get a robot. That's what we should be doing with this time too. We gotta get a. All right, tomorrow is robot side quest. I think because we've already robot body side quest.
Imagine shoving her in one of those myrmidons.
Yeah, that would have been sick. Oh man, it's just the problem is by the time that we find a robot, we've destroyed the robot in most
I was
circumstances.
gonna say we have to get one that we don't tear into pieces with a chainsaw.
You know, it's like look in Binox's junk drawer or something like that. Maybe we can just get a shambled together robot from him. Or like a lawnmower.
Make some sort of lawnmower man.
Yes. That's what the movie was about, wasn't it?
Probably.
Yes. Basically.
Well, where are we going? What's the plan, folks?
I think Brixby maybe comes back and says to the assembled folks, I think for our android friend, it might be helpful to bring them to the Temple of Bry at one point. We, well, it seems like possibly sage advice. Got from a friend.
I think I can probably heal everybody else as long as we have enough diamond dust. I should be able to do it all today.
Should also communicate with Coolink at one point.
We could probably buy diamond dust in Starfall. Just somebody put a hat of disguise on and go grab some. We don't have to make multiple trips.
But the problem is we'd have to either teleport into the bottom of the Palace of Fallen Stars and then come out and buy like stuff.
Well, couldn't we teleport into the room on the main level that we're allowed in?
Oh,
The
that
bedroom?
That bedroom. Yeah. I guess
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah. No, that's
And
it's
then
a-
just send someone out with a brand new disguise, just one person to go buy diamond dust.
it's almost as if Sam had recommended it to me moments prior. And I just but yeah, no, Jeff's noise is I mean, I almost feel like we need to going back to Starfall. I feel like this might be like are we rocking up to like the literal political head of the country at that time and confronting him with Vargas? Are we like, because I worry
I
that
feel like I know Vargas, once he's conscious, has some stuff that he wants to talk about with that. And I imagine we probably want to talk with her a little more too before we just roll up on the dude.
I was saying, I feel like we should be topped off before we go to Starfall and not trying to get diamond dust there with all the patrols and stuff going around. Even though we'd be different disguises, it just feels risky when we could go to, get diamond dust from Idenvey or something.
I do also wonder if maybe we should, as much as like I worry that she's gonna think we're dead, if we should wait like the one more day, like teleport to Idenvey today, get the supplies, take Meonda to the Bry Temple and let Kite look her over, and then get all of any spells or anything that we use back, and then tomorrow go to Starfall fully refreshed, fully healed.
we should just probably then spend the day finishing healing.
We can get all the healing done and then teleport to the bedroom and sleep there tonight, and then in the morning do the stuff we need to do.
I get killed in the night by like the night robots as opposed to the day robots.
Oh, yeah, true.
The night bot.
Exactly. Enemy of the day bot.
Okay, so it sounds like getting the diamond dust in Idenvey, or basically anywhere that's not Starfall, doing all the healing in Torch, having some time to recuperate, and have what's it called? Have some conversations as people recover, and then I think on the 11th you're actually going back to Starfall. Is that the plan?
That is true. And the first of 6 goo rolls, sorry, goo rolls for Rusty. We start again.
All right, well, with the party spending a quieter day, licking their wounds and recovering and planning the possible future coup, I suppose it's time for me to go to bed.
Good night, Sam.
Good night, Sam.
Night, Sam.
Yeah, I imagine Rusty is licking Drowsy's wounds. He's like, oh, please stop. Oh, that's so gross. And good night, Sam.
Oh no, he has a taste for snake blood.
Oh, God.
Oh no.
Against the machine. Against the machine.
Pot Against the Machine is property of Network Against the Machine LLC, all rights reserved. Pathfinder and the Iron Gods Adventure Path are property of Paizo Publishing. See their website for more details. Theme Against the Machine was written and performed by our own Zach. See the show notes for additional music and sound licensing. If you can enjoy the show, we encourage you to leave us a review.
He looks so distressed. Like he does not look like he wants to be there.
I think he's supposed to look
His
like a cool
ears
guy,
are
but-
wild.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's got like alien
Just
cones.
like that wide eyes with the dead flat mouth.
Dead flat mouth.
Oh, that's just the food service look. That's the face you get when you serve other people food. Yeah, I know that face.
Oh, Vargas is. Wait, I'm still controlling both characters, but they're now separated from each other because Vargas got stuck in a wall.
Oh, no.
It's like a follow quest.
Oh no, why is Torch black and white?
Oh, did I not
It's a
set up
flashback.
lighting properly?
Oh no.
There it goes.
Yeah, there just wasn't global illumination.